Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Forge and Fable podcast. I'm here with Nathan
Hello,
and
sir.
the lovely Paul.
Hey, what's going on?
Uh, um, we had questions, lots of questions. Paul has some answers for us, which is nice. We have questions, but usually with questions comes more questions.
Oh, yes,
So
court.
let's dig into some stuff because Paul has brought us how many years did we say?
Oh, it's somewhere between, from 96 until the year
2000. So
2000 of
four
Dragon Magazine
four or
reference.
5 years worth of Dragon magazine.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is
Wow.
pretty good. So we got a lot to talk about.
So, and like, I come from the dungeon master realm of this stuff, as well. So I was really interested in how you do stuff, Nathan. Um,
Well, thank you, sir.
yeah, because so to start off, to me, most of the time I do a lot like Keith, and I'll start from a center area and work out.
Yeah.
But like, say I'm going to do a game that is going to be a sandbox. In other words, there's no telling where my players are going to go. They have more agency than if I'm setting a plot.
Yeah, that's basically
That
like but like video game style. It's just like free reign to do
right.
kind of whatever.
And in that case, that's when I need to do like that, like you, right? Where you build your world, build your lore before story ever begins.
Yeah.
Which I find that really cool too.
Well, that then at that point your characters are characters in
A story.
that's being told as you're playing through it, which is
Right.
what I mean. That's what we do in D&D, right? Is like take take on the roles of characters that are playing through a story that we are telling collectively
Yeah.
Most assuredly. So
as a DM and as a player.
so in Dragon Magazine, starting in
With a February
February of 96, they started doing a segment called Dungeon Craft, right? And what this fellow does, I'll give you the author's name. It is Ray Winninger, right?
I'm not familiar with that one.
I got all these. I got all these magazines. I mean, you probably find them archived somewhere.
That's what
on the interwebs.
Winninger.
Winninger.
Okay. To game designer.
Yep.
Wait, no. He's all right.
Yeah. So
no, he's got a Wikipedia page.
I'm sure he does,
Yeah, he
man.
does.
This guy's prolific. Now, whether or not they have all of these things archived or not, I don't know. I don't know about if there's a reference place, which I'm sure there is somewhere, but I'm not familiar with it.
And let's see. It looks like started working for TSR in the 1980s.
Yes.
The Dungeon Craft column
Yep.
from 99 to 2002.
So he was just contributing at this point.
I believe so, because
he didn't get on the staff permanently until 99.
That's not an official column. That's just a
right. Because in issue 254,
editorial.
In issue 254,
do we think he's still alive?
Most likely.
Say that.
Sure,
say it again.
I was wondering if we think he's still alive.
We can tell you. Let's see. Look.
I hope he is. So the very first thing he says in this issue of Dragon 255, he says a good DM is a writer, actor, game designer, storyteller, and referee all rolled into one.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah.
And what he does month to month in these issues is take a DM step by step through what it takes to play this game, right? And to build a world. So this first one is about scheduling the game, what rule books you'll need. Because but these world building things, like, so we're system agnostic in this podcast. We're not talking about Dungeons and Dragons in specific,
Yeah,
right?
not specifically. We're talking about building
worlds,
yes,
right?
Yeah.
So we don't really need the reference to the what rule books we'll need. What we do need to decide is like, are we doing this to play, or are we doing this to write? It's like, because if not, we don't need this one at all. So no.
What do you think, Blake? Are we doing this to play or write or both?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think when you I think when you build something like in a fantasy or sci-fi or whatever setting it is, I think you always build it in order to play in it, whether that means taking characters you made up through an adventure in your world, or whether you ask somebody to embody a character in your world that you take through a story, right? So either way is kind of it's kind of the building is the same, and I think that's kind of the point of the podcast.
Yeah,
it's like no matter which side of this you come from, it seems like the the depth and the necessity and the width and breadth of the project is the same.
Yeah.
So like if you're focusing on one guy, right, then you may just need one town.
Yep.
And he may his whole town, his whole life in the one town, and he may never leave the one town.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yep.
Especially in a like medieval fantasy setting, he may never fucking leave that town. Right? He may never have any need.
Well, let's take a look at Raymond Feist's Rift Wars saga.
Oh, okay.
The very first novel starts with a kid who's come of age. It's time to become an apprentice, and he's never been more than like 15 miles away from his home.
Okay.
So, and Feist was also a game designer, right?
Oh, really?
Raymond Feist was also a game designer. The characters in his novel actually read like an adventuring party in a lot of ways. It's like there's some unexpected deaths of beloved characters.
What was the name of that book series again?
I believe it's the Rift War saga.
Okay.
He wrote a bunch of them. He wrote it, and there's several different
gotcha
trilogies and things.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, he wrote in that world a bunch.
Yeah, he did. He played in that playground a lot. The world's name is Midkemia.
That's a fun.
Yeah, it's a fun name.
Fun name.
Super mapped out all of the things: fires, kingdoms, elves, arc elves, but they're not called that.
There we go. Rift Wars saga.
Yeah, there you go. Starts with
an orphan named Pug. You always need an orphan. Orphan is important.
Yep.
Yes, but his strange well of power would one day change forever the fates of two worlds.
Yeah.
For the dark beings from another world had opened a rift into the fabric of space-time to begin again the age-old battle between the forces of order
and chaos.
Bam! That's fucking.
There we go.
There you go, man. That's a hit.
Right.
That's a hit. Let's go.
So if we're looking at what Winninger's writing in these columns, he's talking about the game in specific, because the first rule of dungeon craft is never force yourself to create more than you must.
That's
Right.
okay. Yeah.
So
No, I
that's where
got that.
that's where we're getting into a little bit of the difference
Yeah.
in. It's like, why? So the first question I think a world builder's got to ask is, what am I going to do with this world?
Yeah.
Am I writing a story? Am I writing a novel? Or am I creating a place to play?
Yeah.
You know, um,
Yeah. I'm with that soft though. It's like, do we want, because like in a telling, right, in a novel, you're going to have a lot more descriptors, right?
Yeah.
Not that there's not descriptors in a role playing setting, because there definitely is, but you'll have more filler,
yeah,
right, as it were, because in a role playing setting, you want to leave those gaps
yep,
in order to give your
to be filled by the player.
yes, exactly, to give
You
some
know,
player agency, to like fill in some gaps. Who is this? Who is your character? What tribe is he from? Where is he from geographically?
right?
Et cetera, et cetera. Those things are really fun to work on with a
In cooperation with
in
your player.
cooperation with the player. Yeah.
Whereas, so, all right, let's look at the other side of this. Let's take Larry Niven and Jerry Purnell. These sci-fi writers.
Okay, is it fucking Jerry Potter? I know that fucking name.
So these guys would get together at the nerd cons, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they would do world building, like rough and dirty world building, and then they would both write in the same world.
Oh, nice. I love that.
Which would become cool, because then there we have the same thing that a DM's getting with their player. You've got two authors that are getting together and playing in the same sandbox, creating lore and things together.
That's really fun.
I love that.
That's really cool.
Now, because what I like
he
to
would
do,
use hard science principles, it looks like, in his Larry Niven's writing, which is always fascinating to me. It's not my preference. I prefer, a little bit more magical stuff, but
Yeah.
it's always interesting, those worlds that lean into making sure there's very well thought out ideas of scientific principles, is very fascinating for me.
Those
that most of that stuff's beyond me.
Yeah.
So even in my sci-fi, I tend to like more fantasy.
Yeah.
And that's why I think with Niven, I've really liked the Man Kazin War series, because it was out there.
Yeah.
Because the lore that the characters were exposed to was confusing.
Mm.
Because there were primitive Kazin, which are cat people.
Okay.
There were primitive, basically
Yeah.
the roots of Tabaxi. There were primitive ones, and then folks that were using superior weapons.
Right. The kind of like hard science of Asimov or something.
Right.
More that
So
way,
there
yeah.
was, and they thought these were like from two different eras, but really there were just different clans that had different technology.
Yeah.
So
That's
it was
interesting.
pretty cool there.
Yeah.
But it lent itself, initially, you're like, so what's going on? Did they devolve? Did they evolve?
Right.
And it's like, no, they were coexisting
It's
at
not
the
side
same
by side.
time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Side by side. There's so my issue with hard sci-fi is a lot of understanding, basically. That's not my particular realm. I have read quite a bit of hard sci-fi over the years, of course.
2001.
2001. I fucking love Ursula Le Guin. The Forever War by Joe Haldeman is an amazing fucking book. Ender's Game is considered hard.
It's
sci-fi.
considered hard sci-fi, but it's really not.
Okay. But
That's just because they're describing, his super
brain functions,
brain function and stuff.
But the Foundation series, Dune, is considered hard sci-fi, and I fucking love it.
Which I don't see how that even is I don't. So I mean, but then again, I'm not a big on labels and boxes.
Yeah, same. Same.
Because you can't tell me that Dune ain't magical.
Right.
They got super space dust.
Bro,
no.
The spice. I mean,
must float.
Spice is it's space coke.
It's space coke.
Space coke.
It's the crack cocaine of the universe.
Yeah, and everybody's
on it.
Everybody does it. But think about that though, man. If you were on that planet and you lived there and you were born there, you were raised there, there's no way you could not be addicted to that shit.
Oh yeah,
no way.
You're breathing it in.
It's in the air.
No, it's in the air.
It's in the air.
It's in the
dust.
Yeah.
It's in the air. It's in your food. It's in every cell of every body on the planet.
Yep.
Which, like, that shit's crazy to me, man.
So, Paul, if you were going to build a universe from scratch, and the premise would be you didn't know if you were going to write stories, books, or play a game, but you were just going to build a world from scratch or a universe from scratch, what would be the first question you ask yourself?
It'd be a weird one. It's like, because I'm going to start with a planet, right? So the first question I'm asked myself is this a sphere?
Ah, nice one.
Okay.
I mean, look, man,
is it spherical?
Yeah, is it
or is it a flat Earth? Are we going down a flat Earth wormhole here?
Oh, well, it could be
ovalish, disc world, ring world.
Yeah.
It's like
a Dyson sphere.
Is a Dyson sphere.
Yeah.
I was literally talking with a buddy of mine about that the other day. I mentioned a Dyson sphere in passing. He goes, "Well, what is that?" And I was like, "Well, say you were just to take our solar system and mine the shit out of every planet, planetoid, asteroid in our entire solar system and create a ball that just happens to be the same size as Earth's orbit."
Yeah.
Damn, Dyson sphere. Good God, the trillions of people that could comfortably live inside that sphere.
Yeah.
Problem is, it's always going to be daylight. Oh, unless you devise something that floats up and like gives you some nighttime shit, because we're diurnal. We are on a diurnal cycle biologically. But now we're diving into hard science.
That's why I was gonna say. But are they?
Right. It's like, would they evolve out? How long would this take? There's all kinds of stuff.
Well, I always loved the Halo, the ring from the video game where they had gravity where they could, but it was a ring that was, there would be no reason that couldn't work too. So yeah, exactly. The sphere is a good place to start. Yeah. I love that.
Yeah. But that's where I go with this stuff. It's like, is it a planet as we know it, right? Is it a planet as we know it? If it's not, then what I got to find is some internal logic for things to be the way they are. It doesn't have to be remotely close to actual physics. It doesn't have to be close to reality at all. I mean, especially when we're dealing with a fantasy world.
Only as close as you want it to be.
Yeah. I mean, is it an environment that is on the back of a galaxy-sized turtle?
Exactly.
Right.
Or are we swimming through space on a giant space turtle? Because we could be.
There's all kinds of crazy questions that initially I have to answer, right?
Interesting.
Like for game purposes, I'm just gonna start with a place.
Yeah.
So it'll be a place, an environment. It'll have some semblance of culture that I'll outline roughly, and I'll do that, and
do you start with where the culture is presently and then think about the backstory, or do you think about the story first of how they've evolved and then get to the present day?
So
That's
I've
interesting.
I've done it both ways.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
That sounds right. Or because I feel like that they would grow side by side.
in a lot of ways they do, right?
You know what I mean? Personally for me, I feel like they would grow side by side because it's like how it's like, okay, this is the current culture, but how did we get
How did
there
we
at
get
the
here?
same time?
Right.
Yeah.
So I created a world, and it's roughly set in a medieval type setting, got magic, high fantasy, but its roots, its past, and how they got there is sci-fi.
Okay.
So if you imagine, if you will, a generation ship,
Okay.
that leaves our system for whatever reason.
Okay.
They find this habitable moon, but it's already got some people there. Well, the people that are on the generation ship are not the most ethical,
Sure.
right?
Okay.
And so they're like, but the crew is. They're like, oh well, we can't go down there and
Yeah.
It's like, the hell we can't.
Yeah.
This is why
Let me off this ship right now. Yeah.
we'll show you. So they start clandestinely seeding the planet with flora, fauna, humanoids,
Mhm.
with with humans.
Mhm.
And then they splice some of those humans with some animal DNA, and they create basically a dog human hybrid.
Yeah.
And they seed this planet
With some fucking
with
island
some
to Dr.
stuff.
Moreau shit.
Yeah, well, yeah, all over the place. All
I
right,
like it.
so it starts to interact with the other people that are there.
And the local flora and fauna and the deposited flora
Yes,
and fauna.
and they figure out, the people that live on the planet figure out where it's coming from. So it's coming from this moon over here.
Oh yeah, because
So they high magically zap that moon, blow that fucker up.
Yeah,
And parts of it fall down into the world, causes a cataclysm.
sure.
That's where the 30,000 years after that cataclysm is where the story picks up. That's where the gameplay is going to happen.
Yeah.
But there's lore all the way back.
Yeah.
Like, so in the time of the cataclysm, the druids in this world, so they like meld with the trees, and like, so they're going to be an initiate into the druid circle.
Okay.
They go, and like the tree will split open. They will go climbing the roots of this big ass tree, and then the tree will either judge you worthy or not.
Sure. So it either spits you out, or
you're gonna stay there.
Yeah.
Right. So, and when you come out, your hair's gone. You start to grow leaves instead of hair.
Okay.
Which gives you a little bit of like, you get to you can like process sunlight, process sugars into energy, just like a plant, to an extent.
Sure.
Because you have to limit the player, or they'll just go fucking nuts.
Also,
but one of the guys
who
who
make sure that as a living plant person, you got plenty of sunlight.
Yep.
So like, you probably don't want to be locked in a subterranean dungeon for
not for an extended period of time.
That's probably not something,
or at least not without a light spell.
Yeah. Well, is it is a daylight spell? Well, I guess that would be technical. Would a light spell be bright enough to produce daylight, or would it? Or
I mean, it might be enough to sustain you.
It's semantics.
Yes, but it's stuff that, as a player and a DM, you would have to work.
Well, you got to know. Yeah, for sure. Because if you're a plant person, you live in a subterranean dungeon, you could die if you don't seed your roots,
right,
as it were.
Well, in one of the seeded races that I put put on this
Yep.
world are called the Yafris.
Okay.
And this is
like
a nod to the sci-fi end. They're subterranean dwarfish folk,
Okay. Harvey.
but they're hairless, and they communicate with these giant ants and ride on these giant ants
Oh wow.
as mounts.
So they're kind of mules ish.
Kinda.
Yeah.
Cross between mule and Duergar.
Oh nice.
Well, I like
That's
the consistency of being underground and hairless,
Yeah.
right? Because there's kind of there's logic to that. You don't need fur to protect you from the elements. There's
Right.
kind of
Well,
a evolutionary element there.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly. And you're talking 30,000
1,000 years
year
of
evolution.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, pretty cool.
and the roots of the Yafris. So if we know anything about science fiction, what do we call the tubes that go between decks? They're the Jeffries tubes.
Yes, that's right.
They go between decks.
That's where
Yeah,
your
in
engineers
Star Trek.
go. And
Because of what's his? It's I forget why, but it actually references a real scientist. I forget.
Really?
yes.
Yeah.
Cool.
And so they named it after him, but the first Jeffries in science fiction were all dwarven in stature and stuff like that. So their engineers start to rebel against the bad guys that are called the Consortium. And so what do? They're like, well, you know what? This guy's from leading these rebels, basically, and they just leave him on the side of a mountain. And he's half covered in cybernetics and technology. The ants find him because their little antenna, or he's able to communicate. That they save him, and that's when things get weird, because they take him underground, and and of course then he starts to like, hey, let's find these other dwarven people and like get them underground too, and they create a whole society that lives a symbiotic relationship with these ants. Their armors are the carapaces of fallen ants.
Yeah.
Yeah. They grow fungus and milk the ants.
Sure.
So it's
Yeah.
just
Do they
all
grow?
kinds
Do
of
they
stuff.
grow light producing fungus?
Yeah, probably,
Probably.
but not a lot of light, because they now have
yeah.
sunlight sensitivity.
Sunlight sensitivity.
So that was, I need to correct that. So it wasn't a scientist. It was actually the Jeffries tubes were named after the set designer, Matt Jeffries. Yeah. Yeah. I knew it was named after someone for real in real life, but I was thinking it was a scientist, but no, the set designer.
He was an aviation and mechanical artist.
Yeah. Yep.
And set designer, which is pretty cool actually. It said he designed many of the sets and including the original Enterprise, and the bridge and the sick bay.
Oh yeah.
So like he designed like a bunch of this stuff, and it's
because like we don't really even get to see Jeffries tubes until we're talking about Scotty in like the first and second movie.
Yeah.
And then like in TNG, it was all the time. Like,
sure, yeah, it was all the time. Yeah.
Jeffries tube 6 and fix the thing.
I thought this is cool too. This is a little off topic, but I'm gonna throw it out there because I thought it was fucking interesting. Matt Jeffries was born in 1921, Lebanon, Pennsylvania, and died in 2003 at 81 years old. He served in Europe in World War II, and had and was inside of B-17, B-24, B-25 bombers, and had four years experience as a flight test engineer. So he was not just making shit up.
Right. He was using practical knowledge.
Yeah, there you go. He was using fucking practical
to make this sci-fi stuff.
Isn't that cool, man?
That is so cool.
I think shit like that's very cool. Very interesting where stuff like that comes to us.
Right.
That is so cool.
So here's the second rule of Dungeon Craft.
All right.
Whenever you design a major piece of the campaign world, always devise at least one secret related to that piece.
Mm.
So
one more time.
the second rule of Dungeon Craft: whenever you design a major piece of the campaign world, always devise at least one secret related to that piece.
Any
Oh,
major, ca- yeah,
your
well,
piece,
any major piece. So that's, you're talking characters, you're talking
environments.
countries, city, building, and like anything. A couple of guys who started, I can't, I fucking, don't get me started on this shit because I don't know. I can't remember exactly what the thing was, but it was two guys who worked on Dungeons and Dragons 3rd edition and 4th edition,
Mhm.
and they have another game system that they developed together.
Cool.
And that I thought the character design in their in their game was very cool, because that was something that they suggested, was that every character have something special about them.
Yeah.
Right? Something special about them, and they had one secret.
Yeah. So old school game,
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
like in advanced D&D, when they started coming out with the expansion rules, they got heavy into flaws.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Sure.
so your flaws, you could like get extra ability score points
You could get
by trading it
For
for
a flaw.
serious flaws.
Yes, I remember that.
You know,
Actually,
which makes her richer.
third edition,
Well, it started in second.
3rd and 2nd.
Yeah, it started in second. But they did that stuff, so it just gives you more role play tools.
Well, and that's
You
what I
know,
was
it's
going to
like,
say.
say my character is missing an eye,
Yeah,
right?
sure.
That should, I mean, if we're looking at it from a practical point of view, that should make all ranged attacks from that character at disadvantage.
Yeah.
Because I can't see in stereo anymore.
Yeah.
So my depth perception sucks.
Yep.
I'm probably going to stick to sword and board or bash and stuff with an axe. You know?
But on the plus side, you're probably hilarious.
Yeah, exactly, right? Probably really funny. Everybody loves you.
Like this one guy.
And nobody stabbed you in the eye with an arrow.
Yeah.
In your sleep.
Yeah.
Because you're a horrible person. That's not what happened.
Or is it?
Yeah, I know. I love shit like that because of things like that, right?
Right.
But to me, and I'm I'll defer to you on this. To me, when you set those things, those ideals, those flaws, those bonds, your familial connections, your
which like y'all were talking about in the first podcast, when you're talking about investment in the game.
Yeah, exactly. But that's what I'm saying.
The thing is like, and you tell me if I'm wrong or not,
when
Nathan,
you start building,
you also have
to
do that when you're making your characters, correct? That are going to be in the story.
Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
They've got to have these things, or there's no.
They're not relatable characters.
Like a story has to have friction.
Yeah.
So
exactly.
if I can give some story, it's going to help with.
You've got to have what I would call conflict and resolution, right?
Yeah,
because
exactly.
There can't be any resolution without conflict. So you have to have that. But when a telling a story, it's always, you don't want to just have someone do something just because they're going to do it, right? What's the motivation? What is the reason?
Like, why?
I don't know, man. Sometimes people are just going to do some shit.
Yeah.
Well, once again, I'm going to go back to this again. When you build out your ideals and your flaws and your bonds and your connections and all that stuff, that really, to me, right? And those like even physical, like scars, fucking shit, right? All that stuff. Tell me what all that shit is. I want to know.
Yeah.
And the reason I want to know is because I want to know who that person is.
Right.
Right.
Well, and as a dungeon master, I want to know because I'm going to use it against you.
Yes, dude. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
I want to know.
Yeah.
I want to know your backstory so I can then intertwine it into my campaign.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And because
Right.
what I want to do as a dungeon master is I want everyone at my table to feel like they're in the spotlight every once in a while.
Yeah,
right?
At some time.
Right. And then
Now,
collectively,
if you
the ensemble's in the spotlight.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All of
right, but if you've created a world, right, and you've put a lot of thought into it, and you understand kind of the culture of that, say, tribe or nation or community, kingdom, whatever, you know what those people like, what they don't like, their how they treat each other,
Yeah.
and then someone
That's a
comes
big one
into
too,
that,
isn't it?
you're gonna know that, oh, this person is gonna have a really hard time
Yeah.
when they go to this town because of who the character is they've created.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I like doing that in my D&D campaigns
Let's see.
to and just being like, okay, you guys are, we got a half elf, a half orc, a tiefling, and a gnome, and you guys are going into an all human city.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Let's fucking go.
Let's go.
Yeah.
Because there's
But
going to
don't
you-
expect there to be no friction.
right.
Right.
Because like when we're talking about like an entire culture in a region, it's like, okay, so what are their overarching prejudices?
Well, and that's what Nathan was saying, how they treat each other. I think even
Right.
deeper than that. And in that same vein, how do they treat their poor?
Yep.
And how do they treat their elderly?
Yep.
Right.
Yeah.
Those are
Yeah.
two
'Cause
things.
you can-
Those are two things
you
that
can
are
judge a
gonna tell you
society
how
all the
very
way
both
with that.
sides, man.
You know,
Yeah.
you can judge the
Yeah.
entire society by that.
Yeah.
You know, it's like
Exactly.
you can go around saying we're lawful good, we have the gods on our side.
Yeah.
But you don't feed your poor.
Yeah.
Right.
And you basically discard your elderly.
Yeah. Yeah.
How holy are you?
You better.
Right.
When I
Which God
found
do
it
you pray unto?
interesting.
'Cause-
I found it interesting that Tolkien, he of course wrote all those languages and
yeah.
wrote the
Okay.
story before he wrote the origin,
Yeah.
where there was God pretty much, and all that. So he came up with languages first
Yeah.
early on, which I thought was
Well, he was
fascinating process.
an English professor, though, wasn't he?
Yeah.
So he was one of those. He was probably into. I venture to say he was probably into language.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
You
Like
would- yeah,
just
don't
as
say, yeah.
just as a fucking English professor.
Yeah.
You're like,
Yeah.
dude's probably
Well,
into words.
Well, then and we look at
Which I appreciate.
he was a World War I vet.
He was, man.
So
Thought that was pretty cool too.
The Great War.
the Great War, the war to end all wars.
Yeah.
What they were being told back
Fucking
then.
A, right. That was goddamn. It was fucking
Brutal.
too.
Brutal
Jesus
stuff.
Christ.
Oh,
You haven't
and then
seen-
to
if you
take
haven't
all
seen
that
it-
with you, and then, all right, so I'm an English professor. I've invented this entire Elven language,
Yeah.
Yeah.
letters and all, like the alphabet, everything.
All of it. Yeah.
It's
All
like,
of it.
and here's the story.
Yeah. We're talking about-
Fallen gods, demigods that become mortal wizards.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah.
Just,
Yeah.
And the Ainur sing the universe into existence.
right.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, dude.
Right.
That's bad.
love
So
that.
yeah, we get to see how he created his universe that way. They sang it into existence.
Yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
That goes back to our first thing. It's like, where does it start? It's like, when I'm going to create this universe, it's like, oh fuck, what is the creation story?
Yeah. Who is the creator?
Well, and that's another thing. Like for me, is like I'll create, like, further along I go, like I'm starting to flesh stuff out. I'll create 2 or 3 creation myths
Oh yeah.
for the overarching world.
Sure.
Because
I love that idea.
people don't
agree.
think the same way.
People don't agree.
right?
Yeah.
So yeah, there's-
Well, and if you're from this like jungle tribe, you're probably not going to have the same creation myth as even the northern tribes that are from the plains.
Yeah.
Right. It's
going to be different.
A different experience.
Yeah.
It's a different life experience.
Especially when we're talking about like what's separating the cultures.
Yeah.
Is there some massive mountain barrier, between
Right.
the two of them? Natural.
Is there any communication? How is communication
how do they
done?
communicate between
Yeah.
tribes?
If they do.
Yeah.
I always thought it was.
Oh man.
One of the things that was fascinating would be if there was in the world, one of the worlds I built, there were telepaths who could communicate with each other using, but only in their temples. So you'd have to be at a temple on this side of the world to telepathically communicate with the temple on the other side of the world.
Right.
That's interesting.
Right.
So they had to be at the strong psychic location.
Right. The telepathic phone, they had to be exactly that amplified their gift at the place. And so they could really only do it there.
That's pretty dope. I also like in the Wheel of Time series, the I can't remember the name of the tribe, but the big like with the spear maidens.
Yeah, those were
those guys.
Yeah, those were guys.
They had dream walkers.
Right.
Yep. And those guys could communicate over long distance because they could talk in your head. They could talk to each other in dreams. And like I thought that was fucking cool.
Yep.
That's something that would be an interesting thing if we're talking about a tribe. Okay, so there's two tribes, and one's on the southern side in the jungle, one's on the northern side in the desert. But they communicate every day
through visions,
through these fucking shared dreams.
Yeah,
that's fucking wild.
And then you've got a nice place to create tension.
Oh, for sure.
Because now it's like, oh, what else can infect this dream space? Lack of a better word, some demon lord or
a fucking nightmare.
A nightmare.
A nightmare. Yeah. Fuck yeah.
And is it everyone that can share dreams, or is it only certain people?
Yeah, exactly.
And do those people, are they trusted, or what if they lie about what they see?
Exactly. Exactly.
Or can you not remember? A lot of people can't remember their dream.
Right.
Imagine being that guy who's talented, but can't remember it when he wakes up.
Yeah.
That would be
that would be an interesting character.
I would read
forever frustrated.
I would read a book about that.
Dude's mad about it.
Cool. Yeah. He's very upset. Yeah, very upset.
Oh, I wish
I saw you in my dreams last night. I don't remember.
I wish Keith was here.
Really?
I have something that would answer one of his queries that he brought up.
Let's do it.
All right. So you're talking about when your player characters go off the freaking rails, right?
Yeah. Sure.
This is an article called Off the Cuff NPCs.
Oh, I love it.
So, like, literally, they give you. Let me zoom this in.
This is great too.
They give you random tables.
Okay.
Right.
Gotcha.
So, and I wrote some of them down.
Some good ones. You found some good stuff.
I didn't write that part down. Okay. So yeah,
that's not the part I wrote down.
So like you'll roll on a D100. Like they decide, okay, we're going to go over to talk to the lady at the House of Lady Pleasures.
Yeah.
I like that terminology.
I got
I'm gonna use that from
sure.
Now on.
Lady favors.
Yeah. So you'll roll on this D100 and say, okay, I roll a 1. It says talks at twice the speed of the average person.
Jesus Christ. She's my sister.
Just fun.
She's my sister.
And what these tables do for me,
I love
because inevitably, almost it's gotten a lot better. I'm gonna say 80% of the time now at my table, they're gonna do just the oddest things. So, and I'm not always prepared.
Yeah.
And I've got a lot of NPCs stacked away in here, a lot of them.
Well, you've been playing for how
man.
long have you been playing D&D?
So I was
For-
introduced. I'm 50, and I was introduced to Dungeons and Dragons at the age of 10.
10, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I was thinking. It
So
had been like
I have played off and on for
40-ish
40
years.
years.
Yeah.
I played every edition except the 4th.
I think that's
the only.
I think that's okay.
That's the general consensus that I get, that it's okay that I missed 4. But so what these tables do for me is like, okay, so I might have all kinds of NPCs and stuff, but then none of them is going to fit this scenario, and none of them is right now.
Yeah.
I can break out this table, roll somebody up real quick,
yeah.
that is going to behave a certain way, and I can pull a stat block right out of the book. You know,
that's actually that's really fucking nice.
Yeah, it's like, because I don't have to generate a character for each NPC.
Yeah.
Where I can just snatch a stat block. Say I want my bartender to be a retired soldier.
Sure.
So I just go get the veteran stat block and freaking, and then plug and play the personality, right?
Done so, yeah.
You know, like some of these random tables, like, you might get pickpocketed. Yeah, pick the wrong guy. Go! Don't take the hook.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
there you go.
Let's see what happens. There's consequences.
Sure.
You know, because then that makes you go back to the alley with all the neon signs that are pointing
that are pointing
that way.
The thing. Yeah.
You know, there's ways, like Keith was saying, there are ways to get your player characters back on track.
Yeah, there's a way to get them to do what you want.
I just don't think the dragon's behind every door.
Since I don't know much about Dungeons and Dragons, and playing the game, for players, what percentage of players want to just participate in a good story, and then versus ones who just want to do crazy shit?
So at my tables,
that's a good question.
At my tables, I'm really fortunate.
Yeah,
most of them at my tables want to engage in the story.
Yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I don't have a lot of what they call min-maxers.
Yeah.
Okay.
At my table, who are just there to treat it like a video game.
Yeah.
To steal, to smash stuff, and to FOMO all over the
Hulk smash. Yeah. Right.
So,
of course,
but there's a place. So the players that I do have that are barbarians that are the Hulk smash guys.
Right.
One of them's my buddy Cody.
Yeah.
Pretty new to the game. Barbarians are where he likes to go. But he loves to engage in the story, right? So he'll play a big oath of a barbarian, but he literally will play the big oath of the barbarian.
Yeah.
Right.
Which is awesome. That's awesome.
It's awesome.
Which is great, right? Because he's staying true to his character.
Yes.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna say. Once again, that is what's important as a DM is fucking player
buy-in and engagement.
Player buy-in, man. If he's like, "This is my guy,"
then puts that suit on, and that's his guy.
Yeah.
There was a player at my table. He was playing a dwarf named Bolver, and Bolver had a hammer for a right arm.
Oh shit!
Nice.
Was he a smith?
Yes.
Should have been.
So he got a party in one night. This is in his backstory, and I use this against him. So he was partying one night, and somebody brewed up a concoction called Beholder's Tears.
Okay.
He drank it.
That sounds like a bad idea.
He woke up next to a cantaloupe that had lipstick on it and a hole.
Oh, good.
And everyone at the party was dead except him.
Okay.
Smashed, murdered, killed, all the things.
Yeah.
Because he's sharing space now.
Yeah.
Because they used a tentacle and eye stalk from a beholder to make this brew.
Yeah, that's bad.
So part of this beholder's essence was now within him.
Yeah.
So he's playing this character. Bolver comes off as
that's bad.
Very dumb in a lot of ways. Like, because he'll walk up, you'll see him, and he'll be like, "Hi, my name's Bulver. How's your sex life?"
Yeah.
You know,
Sex life.
but he's the but the
That's always what you want to hear from a dwarf with a hammer for a hand.
but
Sex life.
but the character's intelligence was a 17. So
he played.
there would be these times where the party would ask, be like, "Man, who was that guy that was back at the frickin' that bar that was a boat?" And Bulver, spit out the information. He knew
that,
because the player himself, super intelligent guy,
Sure.
right? But he's playing this character who's sharing this space. And also has his super high intelligence. Under stress, Bulver would get really weird.
Okay.
Right? So when it came time to rest at night, he would like dig a hole and like bury himself neck deep in the hole.
Okay.
And it was a subconscious effort to control the inner beholder, the thing that was in him.
Yeah.
You know,
That's
he was super cool character.
That's
to play.
weird and cool.
Yes, and so we would be going down our windy railed game, and there would be these tangents that would shoot off.
Yeah,
and we weren't derailing, but it was stuff that I was able to then use.
It was a sidetrack.
Yes, and then I would be able to use this stuff later on. So eventually, the player who was playing Bulver had to leave the game. Scheduling conflicts, all that stuff happens. So instead of killing him,
NPC,
I NPC'd him.
Yeah.
I literally snatched his character sheet away.
Oh, yeah.
They're in hell, hanging out with a night hag who has already had a penchant for making golems.
Okay.
So now, because they're going to meet him again, there's an encounter coming up where I get to use that group of people again. I'm going to use Bulver again.
Yeah.
And the golem that has been created from the other entity as well.
Yeah.
Hanging out together, doing things together.
Is this she took advantage of him being a smith?
And the fact that he had that entity within his head and that he wanted it out.
Yeah. Yeah. That could end very poorly on either side.
Depending on how the deal was made.
On either side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depending on how the deal was made.
That could be bad. That could be bad for the hag. That could be bad for Bulver. That could be bad for the party.
Yep.
Like, we'll see how that turns out.
And they're fixing to find out.
Yeah. Collective storytelling.
Yeah. That's what I like about like what Keith was saying in the last podcast about, you were talking about the God complex, I believe.
Yeah. Yeah, the power, use of power.
Think that Blake explained it pretty well, is like, if there's a God at the table, it's the dice.
Yeah.
Or it should be.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say it is. It depends on the DM, but to me, it should be. You know, because all I'm doing as a dungeon master is like, hey, here's the scenario. Here's some of the people you're meeting.
Right.
And I'm also the bad guys. There's this bad guy. But what do the dice tell us happens?
Right. Exactly.
You know,
yeah.
The players
say, the players are supposed to be like on the same team, or are the players, are they ever kill each other off? Or?
Sometimes.
Sometimes
they should be on
the same team.
They should be, but sometimes it's like you got a Judas in the bunch. Yeah.
Sometimes the rogues just don't like the paladin.
Right.
Like they just don't. They fundamentally
disagree.
Yeah.
So I once played a character in a game.
So that's interesting too.
Yeah. I was a sleeper, right?
Okay.
I'm playing a rogue. But I'm not a rogue.
Okay.
I'm a priest of a blood god. So while we're going around the city, while we're going around the city doing the things that the party's doing,
right?
I'm occasionally slipping off to go commit heinous murder and sacrifice to my blood god.
Right. Now, does the dungeon master know that?
Dungeon Master knows it.
100%.
He 100% knows it.
Okay.
And
All right.
we're letting the dice decide whether I get
Right.
caught or not.
But the
Oh,
party
that's
doesn't
cool. That's
necessarily know.
really
Now they get
cool.
now that's what happens.
That's the
Like,
interesting
so
part.
my buddy who was playing with me was getting suspicious. His character was, and there would be chases between he and I through the city,
Yeah,
and it was all decided by dice and what
that's
we
neat.
were choosing to do. And I made it out unscathed. They never caught that serial killer.
Hell yeah.
And
That's
I
neat.
fulfilled my role as the thief in the party.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
You know,
That's pretty dope, actually. That's a lot
So
of fun. I
sometimes
think
there's
we're-
no.
we're-
So
we're-
sometimes there's no resolution.
Yeah.
exactly.
Exactly.
Sometimes there's
that's
not.
true.
Yeah,
That's the
Now,
truth.
that's how life is
I
too.
Yeah,
try
we-
to discourage what I call player versus player
Violence,
conflict
yeah,
at the
me too.
table. I
Right,
try to
right.
discourage it, but there are some
Yeah.
times when I'll just let it go.
Right.
I'll just make it
yeah,
a non-lethal combat if I can.
Right. Right.
We had it happen at the table not too long ago.
Yeah.
Cody's orc decided that the warlock orc played by Walt, they didn't get along, like two different tribes and stuff. And
What?
Walt's warlock was like, "Well, I
Well,
think I can
bring it.
take you,
Yeah.
bring it," and he got dealt with.
Ouch.
You know,
Does he still hang around, or do you
Oh, yeah.
take off?
no, he's
Yeah,
still in
around.
the game.
Yeah. Well, if
I haven't had anybody rage quit.
sometimes, no,
for a
I'm
while.
not talking about rage quit. I'm talking about a player who decides that character would have left that
I
situation.
haven't had anybody
You
do
see
that
what I'm
yet.
saying?
Yeah,
'Cause, like,
yeah.
it's
My
not- it's
character's
not
pride
always-
couldn't eat it.
well, yeah, exactly. Some shit like that. Because it's not always that a character will challenge another character
Right.
and be bested and stay in that situation. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because a lot of them run off crying like a little bitch.
Dude, they've got.
So what I was gonna add,
Oh yeah.
right, to
To the serial killer.
to the weird conversation we were having a minute ago. Well, there's a book series called The Gentleman Bastards. Nathan, you know it?
Never heard of it. No.
Okay.
No.
It's written by a guy named Scott Lynch.
What a fun.
It's really very interesting. So these dudes are they work for this priest, right? Priest. So he is a priest, but he's not a priest of who he says he's a priest of, right?
Yeah.
He's
Oh.
really so this they have this church that they're
Who wrote this?
named Scott Lynch.
Okay.
So they have this church, and underneath this church is like luxury, right? Because these guys serve the crooked warden, who's the god of thieves,
Okay.
right?
Okay.
So everything they do on the top end makes it look like they're working for this church, but all the donations go to the crooked warden.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. So I thought that was a fun, like one of those juxtapositions of like, okay, here's this on this level, but at this level you have another depth, right?
Yeah.
Because this is pretty cool. So he buys a couple of like couple of young youths for his gang, and they're they're essentially his slaves to start with, but they have this like they run confidence plays and pickpockets and like all this shit, and it all goes back to the thing. But these guys end up being somebody in this world,
Right.
is the thing, right? So that's the story progresses, but that is what I wanted to add was like, it's not always just a person who's hiding something,
Right.
right?
Right.
This is an entire organization.
This is a group who appears to be
This
an
thing,
organization,
but they're doing this
but they're
thing.
definitely not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And I thought that was such a cool,
Now,
step.
do,
You know what I mean?
do you ever, in the worlds you create, are there ever characters that, you know, like I love characters that lose time and
Yeah.
they don't know what's happening, and that like within themselves there's something
Okay.
else going on, but they don't know that is happening. Do you ever, like they go to sleep and then, hours later they're and something happened,
They
and
wake up somewhere else.
the old one is like the detective who's investigating a killer and it's him, that kind of,
Right. I've not found a way to use
Yeah.
that trope at the table.
Right.
Walking.
Yeah.
That's
fun.
something for me to think about. Thank you.
Somebody who's their twin in the womb.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. You got a different consciousness living in there that you're not sure of.
Yeah.
That would be fun. That would be fun. Somebody who sleepwalks, that would be fun. There is
I see a way that you could play a sleepwalker at the table, and like the other one member of another member of the party like sees Joe get up and just start wandering off.
Yeah,
it's like,
firewood.
I think I'm gonna go follow Joe.
Yeah.
Right.
It could lead to some interest, but
Yeah.
you'd have to have enough buy-in by the player of Joe to allow me to NPC him.
Right.
For a short while.
Yeah.
So in the game, right, it's like everything stems on communication between your DM and your players.
100%.
Yeah.
1,000%.
Yeah.
What would be interesting is to take
another
Keith's notion of having the sleeper DM at the table who knows like this much more of what's going on, to be that guy who would then allow you to do that.
Sure. Yeah.
Things to think about. Things to think about.
Things to think about.
Notes to take.
I was also going to suggest Blood Braid. That's a good one to lose a block of time.
Yeah, so there used to be a mechanic.
There's a book series that I enjoyed quite a bit that had it was, I can't remember what the fuck it was called before. It was about this dude named Logan Ninefingers, and he was a named man.
Yeah,
he's a badass, and he was this fucking barbarian dude. He would fucking go into these and it like in the book, there's like 3 books, and he does it like twice.
Yeah,
in 3 fucking books, but bad shit happens.
Oh yeah,
like he fucking kills like
everyone,
30 fucking people and shit, and he's like,
right.
Fuck. And
so
he like is covered.
There was a
oh my god,
there was a game mechanic in
that's just fun.
There was a game mechanic in 2nd edition just for that. If you chose the Berserker Barbarian, you'd enter your rage, but your rage you couldn't end your rage voluntarily.
There you go. First Law book series by Joe Abercrombie. That's that dude. Super.
Yeah.
Take
the Bloody Nine, Logan Ninefingers.
That's the character.
Logan Nine.
That's the character, right?
The Bloody Nine. Joe Abercrombie. Very interesting take on a barbarian that I hadn't. I've played D&D since I was in high school, right?
Yeah,
and that was a take I had never seen on a barbarian that I like 100% appreciated. I thought it was very cool.
All right.
Anyway,
this is an interesting. I have an interesting article. It's from Dragon number 228.
Okay.
So what are we?
Cool.
April of 96 by a guy named Serge Stelmack. or Sergey, I don't know. And it's Dungeon Mastery. It's really short, and it is a Dungeon Master's quick random campaign generator. It's a set of D12 tables to use to generate a quest or campaign. Easy reference to just get something going. Like, so a lot of times you'll hear DMs complain like, oh, I'd love to DM, but I don't have the time to build a world, build an adventure, build a campaign, right? Here's this another great tool, right? All I need is a D12. And I roll on the first table. It's like, so it's got this statement. The player characters are 1, blank 1 and blank 2, sent by 3 on a quest to 4, 5 along the way. They must deal with 6, 7, and 8, but finally reach their goal in a final scene of 9. They triumph and are rewarded with 10.
Nice.
Right?
Yeah.
So we've got,
yeah, that's great.
We've got 10 D12 tables.
Yeah. Very cool.
So the player characters are skunking. I'm just picking stuff.
Yeah.
Pilgrims.
Okay.
Sent by their drunken parents.
I guess they're brothers.
To conduct tests on. Yeah, it's getting weird.
Okay.
Tests on an ancient magical tome.
Okay. Like it.
Along the way, they must deal with traveling salesmen.
Okay.
A nearsighted cyclops.
That sounds fun.
Yeah, nice.
And a voluptuous dwarven courtesan out to steal their brains.
Of course.
But
as they do.
Yeah, but
as they do.
Like you do. Yeah, exactly.
But finally reach their goal in the final scene of shameful exhibitionism.
Oh, God.
They triumph and are rewarded with another crummy job.
I was going to say a busty dwarven courtesan is what they were rewarded.
Yeah.
So, yeah, you know.
Or the shameful exhibition, you know.
Yeah.
Depends on if that's your
all
reward or
those
not.
things.
Yeah.
Right. So they just gave us 10 random tables.
The shameful exhibitionism is the reward itself.
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean, yeah.
But there, so there we've got something that, like, say my buddies were to call me up, like, dude, we need a game.
Let's go now.
Let's get a beer and pizza game going for like, say it was today, is like for Thursday.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
I'd be like,
so
shit,
like, you got
what do I do?
2 days.
Right. So I'd be like, Brett, bust out my trusty little Dragon magazine here, and I can create a scenario using either these tables or pick through the lists on these tables, and basically to use them as writing prompts.
That's what I was going to say is what's interesting about that is you could write a book about that.
Yeah.
And it would probably be pretty interesting.
Yeah.
There's also a storytelling tool that I have used several times in my DM career that are called. Here we go. Is that them?
Yo, do you know these? Do you remember these?
There we go. Rory's Story Cubes. I don't know if you've ever seen them.
Roll them on dice.
Those are fucking they're dice that they got pictures on them. So you just roll dice and you're like, okay, this one's cool, this one's cool, this one's cool. Let me see. But if you come up with a scenario, kind of like Paul was reading in the magazine, like that's your scenario, and then you fill in the blanks. It's like you got a story. It may not be any fucking good.
It may not be no good, and it may be really short.
but
and ridiculous.
but
Even.
it could be if for a beer and pizza game.
But for a
that's
beer and
fucking
pizza
great.
game, that's great.
Yeah, sure.
You know, so yeah, that's mainly what I brought today were tools that
Yeah,
that anybody can use to and I mean anyone
can use to tell a
can
story.
use to tell a story. Because another thing that Keith brought up was, you know, not everybody's a creative.
Yeah.
Not everybody's a creative.
True.
So like, but a dungeon master with the right tools doesn't have to be.
Yeah.
You know,
Well, you don't have to be so creative.
you don't have to be super creative.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, yeah,
I got to be able to
Right.
tell a story a little bit. I got to be able to explain a scene.
yeah,
I've got to set a stage.
yeah.
But I can do it with math. If I'm a super math nerd,
100.
I could just do it straight up, go straight chaos and roll the dice.
Yep.
Here again, we got an example of where the dice can literally be God.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They tell the
They
they
can
tell
tell the story.
Yeah. That's one of the most to me that's one of the most interesting things about collective storytelling.
Right.
It's like just letting the dice do what they do. You know,
You're like,
Yeah.
hey, I want to try this. Like was I take Keith's tack on no at my table.
Mhm.
I don't set no.
Yeah, I don't like no.
So I'll set so if it's ridiculously like I want to jump up 20 feet and grab a hold of this clothesline that's strung between two buildings.
Yeah.
So I could then,
Yeah.
you know, shimmy across till I can break in the room there.
Sure.
I'm like, okay, it's 20 feet.
Yeah.
Pretty much outside the realm of being able to do it.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to tell you no. I'm going to set the difficulty higher.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be hard.
Or if you get creative, like I'm going to stack a few crates up and take a running leap to get up there.
I'm going to get.
I'm going to give you
somebody to assist me. They're going to give you a push.
I'm going to give you
jump off the wall.
Right. Any of those things
onto the crates. I'm going to fucking jump from the crates on the line.
Because I want to reward my players for
trying.
Just for trying.
Yeah, a little creativity there. Yeah.
A little creativity.
Absolutely. Well, that's you got to use using your own fucking noodles there, man. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's like, okay, it's really high. How do I get up there? I don't have any rope. I don't have the grappling hooks. There's not, I got a buddy. Is there anything in the alley I could stack up?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
That's it. That's pretty solid.
You run up, say I'm a monk, and I just run up at the wall and I go hardcore parkour.
Yeah.
And and try to get Jackie Chan up to the rope, man. It's all great. It's all good stuff.
Monks are nutty.
Yeah.
Man. They can do shit.
They can do shit like that.
Sometimes.
Then they get that step of the wind. Oh, wee. Let's go.
Let's go.
Let's see. Yeah, so I've got Dungeon Craft. They ran from in this initial run, they ran it from Dragon 256 to 259. No, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 issues.
Yeah,
that they ran that,
and they didn't make that permanent a couple years later,
right?
And ran it,
and I'll show
until like 2002, 99 to 02, or 97 to.
Where is that one?
I have this somewhere.
Oh yeah, I'm getting to the Dragon Annual, right?
Oh, we were talking about stories that take place in one location.
Right. Yep. Yeah.
There is a movie that I watched recently. It's called The Banshees of Inisherin.
Okay.
In this movie
of Ed Sheeran,
I think I have. The name sounds real familiar.
I know what you said.
It's like a little Scottish island.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's got Colin Farrell and
Yeah.
Brendan Gleeson in it. It is a
Yes, I
fucking
have seen that where he's
crazy
like,
fucking
I don't
movie.
want to be your friend anymore. Yeah,
Yeah, I don't want. He doesn't want to be friends anymore. Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
That is that's an example of an interesting story that takes place all in one
One little town.
little town.
Yeah.
And it's just one story
Yeah,
of these two guys, and it's
yeah,
like I can't remember the timeline. It wasn't long,
yeah.
but it was
It's
like just
wild.
these two friends.
It's a wild story. But what a
Just a
unique
crazy
movie.
fucking story. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly. That was one of those that fucking I
yeah,
immediately thought of that I was like, that was all in one place.
yeah,
I mean, there's like literally they're at one guy's house, they're at the other guy's house, or they're at the pub, I think, or and
yeah.
maybe the church. So there's like
Right.
4, 5 maybe locations, the whole
Yeah.
fucking shit, and it's like a 2-hour movie. I mean, it's not
Right?
it's not a small undertaking because this story is wild.
Yeah.
You haven't seen it.
What's it on?
It's disturbing.
Good.
But
What's it
but it's
on?
good. But it's good. I
Streaming
think
on
I
what?
watched it on. I think I watched it on Hulu.
Okay. I got
Let
that.
me look.
Look what else they used to just give away in Dragon magazine.
Oh wow, that's really
Just
that's really
just used to
cool.
give them away.
Yeah,
That's cool.
They always had like a cool insert and stuff. I got the entire map of the Forgotten Realms out of these magazines.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
I had a question. When you guys are building a world, do all your world's economies work in a similar way with, golds and rare metals, jewels, things like that? Or have you ever invented something completely unique to that world as a money or value system?
So I have not.
That
Out of simplicity's sake, I've always just
Right.
used gold, silver, copper.
Right.
yeah. Now there's if you want to get even deeper than that, there's platinum,
electrum, but those are rare.
Yeah,
but
more rare.
Like, so I've also had societies that were strictly barter.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
nice. Yeah.
So the only reason that they would ever trade with gold is if they were going to use that gold to do something with it. Like
Right.
to smith a coin or to smith a ring or
or
right.
So they can make
medallion
something else to then barter some more.
Yeah, exactly. But if you're a goldsmith,
right,
on a place that works on the barter system, what good is a gold coin?
Exactly. It's just another trade good.
Yeah, it's good for gold. Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, I haven't often done that just for ease of convenience. There again, something to think about. It's like,
well, let's go back to that Dune, with spice, being what powers the faster than light travel.
Yeah.
It being the, thing of really the economy of the universe and things like that.
The only thing even rivaling it in that universe is the Sue Stone.
Right.
Well, I'm gonna have to look, and you may know offhand. Actually,
I'll ask it.
In Dark Sun,
okay,
what is their currency?
Steel.
Okay, I was about to say because I know it's not, but I know it's not like gold, silver, copper because those are rare metals.
So
in this world, is
steel is even rarer.
Yeah,
and therefore the minted. That's the mint of the realm, right?
Yeah, but you can.
What world is that?
Dark Sun.
It's a campaign setting for Dungeons and Dragons. Very interesting concept, though. High concept, really wild desert fantasy,
really
rival kind of setting. It's really
cool. The environment is as dangerous as anybody will run across.
Yeah, you want to talk about fucking like
that's when you got to think about that's when you got to think about how much water
you're carrying.
Oh wow!
How fast you can move across open spaces in the desert.
And how much somebody else wants your water.
Hey, yeah. Well, I think there's a Dune.
There's a map to it and everything.
World
video
game.
Athos is a great world.
I think that's I think that is all plays out in that in that setting as well.
Oh yes,
Yeah.
it would have to. It would have to.
Yeah.
Uh,
But what I was going to say is in Dark Sun, I know a lot of the things that they use as, like you may have a little tiny piece of steel, and that may be a spearhead, but that may be the most valuable thing you own.
Yep. In the game.
Yeah, the whole fucking game. You got
game.
one piece of steel, and that may be the most valuable thing you ever fucking own.
And it's not a magical weapon. It's nothing.
Yeah.
It's just more durable than the bone weapon or the obsidian weapon that you would normally have.
Exactly.
It's a very brutal world.
Yeah, very brutal. So like that, I find stuff like that interesting. I don't know if I mentioned this maybe I mentioned it last time, but I was watching this campaign that Will Wheaton was DMing, and there was no money.
Yeah,
there was no money.
Yeah,
10 gold in a party.
That's what that's what he told them. Like nothing. That's not what the story was. It wasn't a story based on, what can these characters attain in their adventures. It was about the story, carrying the story through. So that was another one that I thought was very
in that kind of game. You're building legend.
Yeah,
that's more important than your gold cash.
Yeah.
It's like no, I'm gonna scratch my way to a barony. I'm gonna.
Exactly.
All right. So
we're going to be known for saving the realm,
right?
Right.
So
not because we got 10 pieces of show.
I've been teasing the Winninger's rules of dungeon craft.
Oh, dude, no fucking way. Seriously?
These are the entirety of the dungeon craft.
It's about to get good.
Right. So it's rule 1, never force yourself to create more than you must. Rule 2, whenever you fill in a major piece of the world, always devise at least one secret related to that piece. 3, whenever you must decide the chance of something and you don't know what that chance should be, it's always 50%. Rule 4, good adventures always challenge.
Toss up, baby.
Yeah, good adventures always challenge the players and challenge their characters. Rule 5, what's done is done.
Ooh.
6, simple, easily identifiable characteristics are the best tools for portraying NPCs.
Okay.
And 7, running a good campaign is about building a world, not building a story. And I think a lot of DMs forget that.
That's
it's
good.
like I can set a plot, I can set a hook, but the story's not getting told until we sit at the table and play it and tell the story together.
Yeah.
Because to me, that's the most. A lot of new players come and sit at the table and they look at the dungeon master as their enemy.
Yeah. It's 100% wrong.
It is,
by the way.
We're telling a story together.
And I do represent the other side.
Yep. Yeah. I also am your allies. I'm also the factions and cultures of the world. All the things.
Right.
I am the shopkeeper.
Yeah.
And the murder hobo in the alley.
I'm the fucking I'm the quest giver. I'm the clue giver. Right? I'm the fucking magical item giver.
Yeah.
I'm fucking right? Like all those things, like that's the DM represents all of that.
Yeah, this particular. Can you read that one there? So this particular is called world building.
There we go.
Big letters, right?
Nice.
And basically everything in 293 is about some form of world building.
That's cool.
This is just where they gave Whittinger a big old space, and he broke down all the rules. And expanded on some of the things that have changed since he wrote them in the first initial articles.
Yeah. Okay.
Like
changed understandings and
how
newer techniques and whatnot.
And it's like, so cool.
What number is that?
That's dragon number 293. So this is one you'll find interesting, I think, Nathan. They have an article in here called TV structure. Right. And so they get you to write the service Bible,
Okay. Yep.
like the series Bible. I'm sorry, which
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know
Show
exactly.
Bible, series Bible. Yeah.
Yeah. You set the theme and tone, and then it's got a section called production design. You know,
Nice.
and this is to try and run a game with an episodic mindset.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, obviously, you're not going to guarantee that each episode is going to end in one session, right?
Yeah,
But,
for sure.
Hey, man, look at even on TV. Sometimes we
Sometimes you
get
get
those two-parters.
two-parter. Yeah, yeah.
You
Right.
know,
Right.
and yeah, they give this whole example is the Undead Hunters campaign episode chart. They get the episode chart, you know. So another way for
Yeah.
us as game runners or writers to do some stuff.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And yeah, Dragon 293 is chock plumb full of stuff. Dude.
When you're building a world, do you come up with a name first?
Most of the time, yeah.
I
Yeah.
think that's just because every project has to be defined in some way.
Yeah.
You know what
Right.
I'm saying? You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like you
Yeah.
gotta name it
Something.
something.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
eventually, it's got to
Yeah.
be called something. So like
Yeah.
even if it's not first thought,
Right.
yeah,
because sometimes it'll be a working title that I'll come up with first.
Arf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
When you
Yeah.
when you start rolling though, there's got to be, you got to call it something.
Yeah.
Or you call it nothing.
Right.
That could
which
be
is also
that could
that's
interesting. Yeah, that's a way to do it too, right? It's like,
in,
what's the world called? Who the hell knows?
Yeah, in
No one
the
knows.
life
They only know their
Gamora.
nation or country or whatever. They don't even know about.
in the
Yeah, that's a good. I guess one of the fundamental principles when you're building a world is, do the people that live on it know about the other people?
Right.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
no, that's
right. Or do
that's
you know,
great. That's a great one.
And like the far flung regions, I like to think of those
Right.
places,
Yeah.
which you may not even get to until
You may not.
mid campaign or
Right.
in a story. It may not come until like the third book.
Yeah.
You know,
They're just rumored that they live there. No one's actually seen them. You know. Yeah. 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 Right.
so Dragon, and I'm looking at Dragon Annual number 5.
Okay.
From year 2000. It's more random tables.
I
So
love random table.
I need
I'm a
to
big fan.
I need to come up with a name of the sage, the shops, and the smithies. So what page is that on?
Do we need a dice roll?
Yeah, sure. Let's do it. Let's do it legitimately.
I like it. Yeah, like a
Alright.
good dice roll.
Ooh, look a map.
And ooh, look a map. See it.
Oh, I've gone
this
too
one.
far.
There we go. All right.
I'm at page 10.
Here we are. Well, let's see. That's no. And no. And it's just on D6.
That's a damn lie. Is this Dragon Annual? No, it's Dragon Annual number 3. That's why. Dragon Annual number 5. Here we go. Yeah, I brought
Tell
a
me
lot of magazines.
Tell me what he brought a stack, probably like yay thick. Pretty nice. Pretty nice little chunk of about.
Yeah, I
you know,
listened.
2-3
I
years.
listened to you guys' podcast, and I was like, okay, I got the reference materials. We go down this
Sure.
rabbit hole.
Sure enough, man, he fucking dug through.
And,
He was texting me the next day.
Yeah.
He was like,
Yeah.
dude, you know that thing you guys were talking about? Blah, blah, blah. He was like, I found the fucking dragon magazine. I was like, okay, cool, man. Let's go.
It's true. It's true.
Let's talk about that shit. I love it.
Yeah. So, all right. So we're going to name, let's see, how's this go? How does it work? This tells us a whole mechanic, right? It's for shops, sages, smithies.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. First, roll on table A. Roll a D10.
D10?
Yeah.
7.
7 says follow the instructions. Okay. Roll on. Which one are you? Roll a. Where's S11? Roll a D4.
Roll a D4. 4. Okay.
All right. So this place is called
7-4.
Brass. Now. D100.
A 100?
Yeah, D100.
D8.
It's 58.
Yes.
All right. So it's the Brass Hair Barns. We just named a. We just named a farm.
Barn.
Yeah.
So it's
a farm or market.
Well, I was about to say you could put a it could be a farmer's market.
Yep.
I like that.
The Brass Hair.
Or it could be stables.
Well, actually, it says Brass Hair Barns.
That's what I'm saying.
Right,
It could be
yeah.
stable.
Yeah, it could be stables.
It could be
We could use it.
like I said, it could be a marketplace.
Yeah.
Like a farmer's market type thing.
So check out what they
that.
did. Check out what they
cool.
did. So they give you the how to use this thing,
Roll
right?
table.
They give you these different things like
Roll table A, and then follow
the instructions,
okay.
Right? So you'll roll on table A. And do the things, and then they break down by color because they give you the things in different color.
So basically, you pick. We got what did we hold on?
Yeah,
flip back. So this is actually really cool. So we got farms and markets, libraries, scholars, and maids supply stores.
There you go.
Smithies and armories, tent shops, alchemists, sages, and spellcasters, and just generic businesses. And we can
randomly roll all of it.
Any of these. Which that's really cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
Let's see how quick I can do this.
Yeah, do one right quick, son.
D8 for a library. That is number 2. Okay, so it is the blank quill, and I'm gonna roll on S4, which is I like that. Is this dwarven, elven, or otherwise? Nathan?
Dwarven, elven, or otherwise?
Elven.
Elven.
Okay, so I need 4 D10s plus 4 D.
Because us D&D nerds love us to roll some dice.
You damn right, dude. We're gonna do plus 4 D10s plus 60. We're gonna roll. That's an 82, which means that is the. Actually, that's not interesting at all. I'm just gonna pick one since I didn't like that because it's wood. Wooden. The wooden quill, which I don't like.
Now.
So I'm gonna pick one close to it here. I'm gonna go with mystic.
The mystic quill.
The mystic it sounds like a scroll shop,
doesn't it? Though,
which I like.
Yeah,
and you did
probably sell parchments and inks.
You did say elven.
Yeah.
Elven.
Yeah. So I like that.
So that's nice.
So if you wanted to throw a curveball at it,
we could say there's a nice elven, middle years elven wizard who runs the place. Lots of magical scrolls. All your parchments and quills.
Parchments, inks, quills.
Any fucking flavor. Disappearing.
any of the magic inks that are
Yeah,
ground from the shell of
octopus,
whatever the hell.
ground from fucking the carapace of a basilisk or whatever the fuck.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Neat.
Yeah, no, I love it. Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
He's got a little half elf that he doesn't like that works for him.
Right.
Makes him do all the fucking.
So you could even throw it a curveball, right? So it just said wooden first.
Yeah.
Right. Why wouldn't something like the Ashwood Quill sound like an
that's
awesome,
interesting.
awesome elven name?
Yeah.
Or or the Ironwood Quill.
Ironwood Quill. Yeah, that actually sounds really cool. That sounds dwarven though.
It does sound a little
I
dwarven.
like it though. Hey, there's nothing cooler than a dwarven wizard.
Especially if he's got proficiency with smithing tools. Magic weapons.
Magic weapons.
Uh-oh.
Damn right. Yeah.
Huh.
Love it.
So they have
love it.
in the same issue,
Mhm.
they have and the articles are called by any other names, parts 1 and 2.
Okay.
This one's for taverns.
Oh, nice.
Same kind of setup,
Very, very interesting.
you know.
Okay. We got a D20 table.
Yeah.
Nathan, would you like to do the honors?
Sure. What do you need me to do?
Roll a D20.
Go to there's just a dice roller.
All right.
All right, and roll a D20.
Hold on. I gotta pull it up here. Okay, here we go. You said roll a D20?
Yes, sir.
All right. $25?
What was that?
No, I don't know if I'm doing it right.
Did you say 25?
Well, no, I'm on the wrong one. Hold
Okay,
on.
I was about to say 25 is not on a D20, so you're probably not doing it.
He's adding his ability score modifier.
Yeah, if you add your ability score modifier, that's probably closer to correct. I'm sorry.
All right,
And
hold
if
on.
it was a crit, that's
It's awesome.
double dice. So great. You're doing great.
I don't know if I'm at the right.
All
right, hold on. Here we go. 61?
61.
He's rolling a D100.
That's a 100. Okay. So we need a 20. Okay. I'm going to roll a D20 for you.
Thank
got
you.
16, which is the T7, T6. Okay. And you said what was the number that you rolled on your D100, sir?
You rolled a 25 and a 61.
25, 61. Okay. Well, let's go 7 and 6. So
there's 6 and there's 7.
Here's 7. And what was the
25 was the first.
No, this one first.
25.
25 disappearing.
And 61.
Ooh,
the disappearing
purse.
Walking into that.
Nice.
Well, no. What you could do with that is, I'm not walking into that bar for sure. That's a bad idea.
Not with my purse just strapped to my belt.
Yeah, no shit. But what you could do with that would be that's a back room. That's the name of the how you get into the rogue hideout.
Yeah.
Or you could use that as a storefront for an elderly gnomish wizard who makes magical bags.
There you go. There you go. That's where you get your handy haversack.
Your handy haversack, your bags of holding, your disappearing purses, just in case. Because if it becomes detached from your belt,
gone.
Fucking disappears.
Yeah.
They're like, whoop. Yeah.
Awesome. Anti-theft device.
Anti-theft device. Yeah. Yeah, it's fun, man. Love that stuff. I love random tables. That's always a lot of fun.
Oh, and in that
Hey,
same,
I hate to ruin the party, but
Are you
I
gonna
gotta
roll?
go.
it's
I
getting guys
figured
getting pretty close. I was
figured
looking
it
at
was
the
getting-
time too.
I figured you were getting close, man.
In that
Yeah.
same this last thing I'll
Issue?
say, in the same issue, they also have 101 evil schemes.
What?
Yep.
Is that
So
is that an annual number 5?
that's in annual number 5. And so that's literally it. They're writing prompts. Most of this stuff is all writing prompts.
Right.
You know, I mean, have you ever had trouble just cooking up the names of places and things?
100%.
Absolutely.
I mean, I do all the time. So any help I can find with generating some of this stuff.
And the thing with D&D is like if they go somewhere that you weren't expecting,
Yeah.
then that's not the name of the place that you were expecting them to go. And if they need something at that particular place, you're not able to use that same name, so you have to come up with something else pretty quick.
Yeah.
But how do you do that? Do random tables.
Skills.
Super fun way.
These tools we have.
Super fun way to do that. You can be like, you know
That's
what?
neat.
Y'all go take a bathroom break. I'm gonna roll.
I'm gonna go roll some
tables,
stuff,
and we good.
and we're good.
Right.
You know, yeah, where you
That's
can
neat.
take 10 and get back
Yeah.
right into the game.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Get your disappearing purse ready.
You're disappearing.
Right.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Just in case
All
you need
right.
a bag of holding, Nathan.
Next time we should either, I was thinking future episodes could be we start building a world together,
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
down.
or another one could be you guys take me on my first Dungeons and Dragons game ever, and I'll
Dude,
play.
I told you,
never
I
play.
will 100% run you a D&D game anything
Yeah.
you want.
And
That'd be fun.
And I'm interested to look at your world, Nathan, and deconstruct it and play a game in your world.
See, I told you that was interesting. That I
need
would
it.
be interested.
Yeah,
in
text
doing
me
that.
your emails.
Okay.
So I'll email my document I wrote up. Yeah.
Okay. Killer. Awesome.
All right, I'm gonna stop recording. All right.
Yeah. Thank you,
Come on.
Nathan.